Alright, it is time for some Resident Evil 2. There he is. Leon Scott Kennedy. Might be a hot take, but I'm really glad Leon is not the main character in Resident Evil Requiem. Which I've seen the new stuff for Requiem, by the way. It looks awesome. Like, as much as I love Leon and like all the classic Resident Evil characters, like, they've had enough time. Let's make room for some new characters, you know what I mean? I have no problem with getting some new characters introduced. Like Leon literally got a game in 2019 with Claire, this one right here. And he got a game in, what, 2023? Which was Resident Evil 4? Like, Leon's had his spotlight. Let's make some room for some new characters. Now, I don't mind a cameo. You know, just like Chris has had a role in Resident Evil 7 and Village. I have no problem with that.
Something's not right.
My problem is making them the main characters. You know what I mean? Like, they've had their games, tons of games. They're amazing characters, but it's time for some new ones, alright?
Freeze! I'll shoot!
Nope, we're just gonna run right past you. Man, I'm rusty.
What the?
Don't shoot!
You alright?
Yeah, I think so.
Though I will say, this is hardly even like a problem. My only, you know, quote-unquote problem was the new Requiem stuff. Is that the new monster? It looks awesome. But I feel like it could have been a little bit more scarier, because it also looks a little bit goofy.
Get in!
Like, when I saw that, like, first initial, like, teaser trailer, and, like, it was completely obscured by darkness, I'm like, ooh, that's gonna be scary. And then you actually see it, and it looks a little bit basic, you know what I mean?
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have some answers at the police station.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah, Leon Kennedy. You are?
Claire.
Leon Scott
You're right,
Kennedy.
Live around here?
No. I'm looking for my brother. He's a cop too.
Well, it's a good thing we
Which,
found each
it's almost inevitable that Leon is going to be in Requiem. Which, again, I don't really have a problem with.
other. This is out of control.
But we don't need a full, like, Leon game. Or for him to have, like, a full, like, take up a strong portion of the game. We just don't need it, you know what I mean? It's unneeded. Also, I don't think I've ever... I got a new TV now. And it's probably really bright for you guys, because I see it on the stream. For you guys, it looks super washed out.
There it is.
So,
Station.
I am going to fix that right when we get to the RPD. And also, thinking about it, if Capcom continues to make remakes, both Chris and Leon will get another game, like, in the future. Like Resident Evil 5 remake, Resident Evil 6 remake. Those two are definitely eventually on the way. It's probably going to be a while for the Resident Evil 6 remake for sure. I mean, it'll probably be a while before the 5 remake as well, actually. Because they're most likely going to do CVX next.
Jesus.
At least according to rumors, they are. Come here, little beta. Come here. I don't even know why I did that. I usually just run past them. Alright, usually if you just hug the right like this, you'll usually squeeze past these two. Nope. Not today. I usually get that. I wonder if they'll remake the Revelations games. Like, way in the future, obviously.
You're safe.
I don't think Rev 2 really needs a remake. Like, I don't even really think 5 or 6 needs one either. Like, none of these games never really needed a remake. The old Resident Evil games are still beyond excellent, right?
Yeah.
But they can still benefit from a remake. And these remakes in general just give you, like, new experiences. Like, you can play Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 2 2019 separately and get, like, two completely different, like, experiences from it. They're basically two completely different games on the same concept. Built on the same concept, I should say. Go ahead and get rid of this. I like to pick up ammo here and there. Mainly, well, for two reasons, to bop and go. That's what I call it, the technique, where you just shoot the zombie and then run right past them. And the second reason is for the Ivy. It's really easy to miss against the Ivy, so I like to have a lot of extra ammo so I can make sure I can, you know, take care of them. Wonder if Resident Evil Gaiden would get a remake. Shoutouts to Resident Evil Gaiden. I never beat it because I believe my save was glitched, or I like completely messed up something. Honestly, I think I soft locked myself somehow in that game, cause like, excuse me, it got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna look up a guide, and the guide was just showing something that I just simply was not able to do. Like, I just was not able to do what the guide was showing me. That was kind of annoying. But it was a fun game, though. You know, for what it is, a little cash grab spin-off on the GBC, as they say. Yep. Just kind of grabbing ammo as you go. That's how I like to do it. Grabbing ammo and healing as you go. Because a lot of these Resident Evil games, you know, speaking of healing, they give you a lot of healing. Like, these games are deceptively not that hard. You know what I mean? They're not very hard games. They look hard at first, but once you play a few of them... I don't think I got that. Once you play a few of them,
Are you okay, Marvin?
they're not that bad. Most Resident Evil games I play, at least in my memory, I may be wrong, I usually beat without dying. You know what I mean? Because they're not that hard. Okay, this should be fish, scorpion, and water. Yep. There are a couple exceptions. Of course. Please don't be here. Oh, she is here. Take the bite. I'd rather have the knife for G. I wish we were playing as Claire, because she actually gets a speed boost from being on caution, funny enough. I might do that in the future. We're not going to go for the second item pouch this run, because we just don't really need it. Lion, leaf, bird. We'll actually go ahead and skip this cutscene down here so I can put these two amulets or emblems in. That's one, that's two. Now remember what I said, not a voice cracked, about healing as you go. There should be healing right here. And now we're back at full health. The only problem was, with not getting like the second item pouch is you can't get rid of the key, right? There's healing there too, but we'll probably get that later. So you're going to be forced to keep the key in this section. Well, I could have used the item box, actually. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, yeah, because I needed the key for that door we just opened. I'm a silly Billy.
Okay.
I am a silly Billy.
Claire. It's so nice to see you.
How are you doing? That helicopter just came out of nowhere.
One piece.
I'm guessing you don't have a key in one of those fancy pockets?
Unfortunately, no. But
Let's see, I was rapping about like Resident Evil remakes, and I just kind of
Driving?
jump shifted, didn't I? Let me get back to that. I mean, they'll probably do a Resident Evil 5 remake pretty soon. I don't think it's going to be before the CVX remake, but it'll probably be before a Resident Evil 0 remake. In my opinion, 5 can definitely hold off for like another half decade, if not more, for a remake. It doesn't really need one, because like I could see Resident Evil CVX and 0 benefiting a lot from a remake,
Let's get through this.
like within the next 5 years. You know, it's definitely time. They are both classic Resident Evil games, and it would be nice to see them brought back and get some of the respect they deserve, because they are good games, especially 0. CVX, I get a lot of the criticism. I mean, I love CVX. It's a good game. But it is one of the more, it's one of the less good ones, I should say. But 0 gets a lot of hate. Oh no, bad luck. We're still good though. 0 gets a lot of hate when I think it's a really good one. And I would like to see it brought back with some improvements so people can see it really for what it is outside of the problems that it did have. You know what I mean? But yeah, release Requiem in what? Early 2026, right? Release the CVX remake in like 2028. Release a 0 remake in 2030 maybe. You know, one every 2 years. Dude, Capcom has been almost yearly. Like, in general, we have been getting, even if it's not a game, we have been getting Resident Evil content, like, every year, right? But they release a lot of these games yearly, which is kind of insane. But I think they should do it, you know, every 2 years. I'm just being realistic. Like, some people think that it's going to be Requiem, and then the next year CVX remake, and then the next year 0 remake. That might happen. I think what has a better chance of happening is... I got distracted. They release the Requiem, and then next year they release the CVX remake. But I don't think the next year they'll follow it up again. Excuse me. Was the 0 remake, right? What's the 0 remake? But yeah, I don't think that 3-year thing is going to happen. I think it's possible they'll follow up 9 with CVX remake, but then I think it's going to be at least 2 years before the 0 remake. Like, that's just way too much on their plate. But Capcom in general has been on a wild run starting from 2017 with 7. So in 2017 they released 7, and I don't know if RE-verse or whatever it was released in 2018. I really don't know. Not that it really matters. I don't think anyone cares about that game. Hold on. I'm not getting the shotgun. And then 2019 was this game right here. And then 2020 they immediately followed it up with the RE3 remake. And 2021, that might have been Reverse or... No, 2021 was Village, wasn't it? Wow. I forgot about that. And then in 2022 was either Reverse or... No, 2022 was the Death Island movie, yeah. Yeah, no game released in 2022. It was Death Island, the movie. And then RE4 remake, and now they're releasing Requiem in like early 2026. So like they've been on